Kurt, what sticks out to you, buddy? Any song?
Songs that we've written?
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily for the song, but because of the story would be If I Didn't Love You. Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you'd agree with that or not.
Yeah.
Tully and I had a song already that was going on the album called Over You Again. And we wrote it with Lydia Vaughn and John Morgan. But Lydia did a background part on the song and actually a lead part on the song. And Jason loved it. Michael loved it. And they're like, oh, we're going to make this a duet.
So that was going to be the original duet?
That was going to be the original duet.
Until
with Carrie.
Songwriting lesson coming in here.
Go ahead.
No, you had it. No, continue.
Well, no, I was just going to say that, it got pitched to a pretty big artist who said that first she was going to do it. And then and we're like, oh my God, this is awesome. This is going to be a single big hit. You guys know the feeling, right? You get a big duet with two big people. It's a hit.
You've had it.
So anyway, anyway, then maybe a couple weeks later, this artist backs out. And we're like, oh no.
Who was it?
I can't tell you.
Why not?
Wait, it's just us.
I can't say. But anyway, so all of a sudden it goes from we have what could be the first single, big duet, to we don't have anything. And the word gets blasted out on town. Jason Aldean's looking for a duet song. And we're like, oh no. And this is a week before we're going in the studio to cut the last round. And you guys know this, right? When that goes out, everybody in town for a week is writing a duet for Jason Aldean.
It was management. We were at a rehearsal. We were playing a show. We had to rehearse, and management came up to us and goes, "Hey, what other songs you got for the duet?" And we're like, "Oh God." Well,
we're working on one right now.
You'd already put a down payment on a new
I remember
BMW,
I remember thinking, "Oh, don't say that to us," And it was just a kick in the gut because you think you have it, and Kurt, you're telling us.
Well, no, I was just going to say. So Tully sends out a text to our group that we had written with a lot then, John Morgan and Lydia Vaughn, with ambulance sirens and everything, saying emergency write tonight. We never write at night. I don't know if you guys ever do. We never write at night. It's just not when you feel creative. It's not when you do it, right? So we go in at night after we were in the studio all day doing something, and we're like, hey, let's give this an hour. You guys know this, right? If you're on something, we're going to know it. So we're like, let's just give it an hour. Let's try to write for this. We get in there, and by the grace of God, it's a magic moment. We have this idea, Tully's hook, and we just happen to come up with this thing, and it just spills out. So we write the song that night. We do the demo that night. We get it mixed the next day. We send it in the next day. Michael, Jason, they love it. We're like, oh my God, thank you, sweet Jesus, thank you. But we don't know who can do it still, but they love the song.
Right.
We go in the studio. The studio we're going in less than a week. Last round of cuttings. We go in and cut the song, If I Didn't Love You, without knowing if there is a duet partner or who it would be. We're cutting the song. Like what key? I don't know. Let's just do it.
Wow.
So we go in and cut the song. Later on, they find out that Carrie, was going to jump on the song. And you guys know that's not an easy negotiation with singles rights, all that stuff. But it was just, literally by the grace of God, that thing worked for us.
Which I think some of that, not knowing that Carrie or whoever was going to be on it.
Yeah.
I think if we would have knew Carrie was going to be on it, we might have played it differently.
Sure.
But because we had no
idea. Or wrote it
idea,
differently. Who knows?
Yeah, we had no idea if anybody was going to come on.
Usually write better songs when you don't have an artist in mind.
And so
you're right
when
about that.
When we're tracking it, we just played it like an Aldean song, like we would play. We didn't have any thoughts about, would whoever like this here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it came out sounding really unique because we didn't write it for Jason and Carrie.
Right.
We wrote it really just for Jason was singing.
But even as we cut it, it could have been on the cutting room floor, or it happened to be the first single, big duet, Jason and Carrie. So it was, it was divine.
That's awesome.
At least I think so.